All right, so I want to tell you guys just what happened because it's happened basically in a 1v1 match, and it was two matches, and there's going to be major things, and I'm going to be reading the messages basically. Well, you can actually explain why. So, so what happened here was I was playing 1v1 how to it play with battles with limitations. You know, it's the type of things that I usually do. So because it's a major thing that allows me to fight players that are level 50. Because apparently it's kind of one of those things that players do because when players who are mainstream are not strong enough to fight stronger players and without limitations can do. Well, obviously that's the one I've been doing the most, and let's just say it was the only perfect choice for me, even though I have not retired from doing in the online battles yet, because I keep stating because not just because how bad it's gotten, and but how very repetitive it's gotten into this mode. So anyway, so I ended up finding a player, and it was a simple match. I picked my OC and an 8-bit Goku, and I was playing, and I actually it was Yuzuki Sun, so I ended up winning, and I ended up winning the match. So obviously, then what happened? I went to check his per level, and he was level 60, which was kind of weird. I mean, it's kind of weird for someone to basically to use key stuns while they're level 60, even though it's just like, well, it'll probably might be an explanation of why why this player is level 60. So it's going to be way more important in a minute. But let me continue. So, in the second match, I was actually pressing the random button, and I was selecting the button, and I selected this character known as belmod. You know who this character is. He's one who is the only god destruction, who is a clown. Well, you know, one of those clowns that you see in the circuits, or in those horror movies like It, Kill Clowns from Outer Space, or any type of media, or even one of those basically people who do these scary ass pranks in 2016 that give clowns a bad reputation. But that's the character I picked, and I lost the match. But after that, the player suddenly left. And I was like, okay, that's it? One match, two matches? Is that it? And I was like, yeah, but this can't be real. But then out of nowhere, the player messaged me, and I decided to go ahead and I decided to pull up my messages and see that this player's messaged me. Well, I have not gotten I haven't gotten a player message from a player in PvP matches for like a while. It and the real reason why I say that here is it's been like months since I haven't gotten like a simple message or simply stuff like that. So this conversation, and the player says fix up, which what the hell? And I was like, what the hell was this guy talking about? What's he telling me to fix up for? And then he says, the only clown here is you. And I was like, and when I actually look at the second message he sent me, I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is he talking about? I have no clue what he meant there when he says the only clown here is you. Was it because I picked Belmod and I was basically picking, I would be playing like I was like being like being way too hard on him? Maybe it was a real reason why he sent me that message here. Well, I just don't know, because it's very hard these days that people end up using the phrase clown in 2026, which is a phrase to call a player who is basically toxic and salty. Well, I see players do this a couple of times, but it just makes a lot of sense. And he says I have a McDonald's connection. Now, let me go ahead and basically to dismiss the rumor, dismiss his claim, and about to show you example of trying to break this entire thing to just to say that to basically I'm going to pull up on the 1v1 matches because I do not want to get a player to basically come here and basically, if they let me while I'm recording a video right here, just to simply right here. As you can see right here, if I have if you haven't seen the rant video I have made, I think it was like weeks ago. I even stated that I always have a Bluetooth bar connection because I have a perfect Wi-Fi connection, and I'm not, and I don't always have a poor Wi-Fi connection because because while I'm on PS5 or the PS4, I always have a blue bar connection, and here's one major thing what when this player sent me this message. And I want to go ahead and like I said, when we go and set the record straight that I don't even if I even if I go in like the McDonald's and just play Xenoverse 2 in a car and basically log in and just rival with a private connection, which is kind of a major thing that people usually do. But I mean, I don't even basically go to the McDonald's and just play. Oh man, I mean, what's he even talking about? Although it was just him, so just basically just trolling me for some reason, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't have a McDonald's Wi-Fi connection. I really have a perfect standard connection, and it's just simply just like, I know it's just a major thing about that, but yeah. And I said, bro, that's not true. Why you think I have McDonald's connection? I'm not even at McDonald's, which I frequently agree with. I do not have. I'm not even at McDonald's. I'm at home. If I really, if I really play Xenoverse 2, that would mean I would have to like grab my phone, use remote play, and play Xenoverse 2. Or, for example, if I had one that thing that PlayStation has like this weird Nintendo Switch knockoff thing, where I think it was called a PlayStation Portal, where it's just a version on the Nintendo Switch, and I was able to like play on that thing and play and hook up to the Wi-Fi, hook up to the I think it was hook up to the McDonald's connection. That will be very impossible. But however, because that will be clearly impossible because unlike the Nintendo Switch, it doesn't always work in basically connections where you go somewhere else, like it's a field trip or basically other stuff like that. But like I said, it could be worse. But like I said, he said, still try clown nonsense, Joker. Fix up. And I said, what are you talking about? You're level 60. Which I literally stated for the video. If he's level 60, how did he learn how the key's done? And he was just trolling, which explained on the other messages he was doing, he was actually trolling. And it claimed that I still lost with a laughing emoji. Like, he said and I still lost even though I actually won a match as well. I actually won a match when I used a Frost Demon, and that was the basically that's the one in the match. And then I finally found out why and I actually found out why he basically is level 60. So he told me that he lost his save, he switched it to PS5, which I couldn't and didn't notice that you can. There is a thing that the PS5 is backwards compatible, where you could basically play your PS4 games. But I obviously do not even but obviously is that exactly what I'm doing now, because I'm playing the PS4 version because my PS5 is backwards compatible. So I'm on PS5 version, which but it's the PS4 version that is backwards compatible. And I say I still got clapped and calls me a clown. And really, again, I just don't. And I was still confused. Is this all over me picking in belmod, and that's why I picked the clown? And then he decided to show me the screenshot of his character, or the same character, and then his character, two characters. He's level 61, and I really did, and he has a second character or name Vizo. I have no idea because, like I said, I have no idea if that was a result. They are the only character that he has, and he tell me to play with respect and calls me a clown. And I was and once again, he's using the clown insults around me, but I don't really think that he's. But despite all the messages and making fun of me having a McDonald's connection and Bagler lost, even though I won, I won a match and he won a match. I have no choice but to agree with him, and I said fine then, and I just said just don't call me a clown again. And he's telling me to not ever use the guy and be rude for no reason. And that's what happened. But overall, I don't think this guy is not a trash talker. He's pretty much chill. But you want to know why? Because usually, I guess when I saw his messages, I kind of got a little bit mad because apparently he just calls me a clown. But when I realized it, so he's not even one of those trash talkers that basically just brag about stuff, how they got brag about clipping somebody else, or basically brag about how they win. But I guess this player's alright. I mean, he's alright. I mean, he's chill, and I'm chill. But yeah, I think this player's chill, and yeah, he's alright. But to be honest, it was a good game though. No hate to this player. And like I said before, it was a good match, and nothing else. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. If you guys like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. And as always, this is Tomas Mathis sign off. See you guys later, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Farewell, my fellow time patrollers.